How's it going, everybody? I am Donut, and we are reacting to Daredevil, Season 2, Episode 12, The Dark End of the Tunnel. And that's a very interesting title. Not, the end of the tunnel, or like a long tunnel ahead, or something like that, or just the dark tunnel, but the dark end of the tunnel. When I first read that, I was like, that's kind of a generic title, but then the more I looked at it, I was like, no, it's actually not that generic of a title. It's actually, an interesting... I don't know if they're going to get into it, or if maybe I'm just overthinking this too much, but, you think about a tunnel, it would have two ends that are both light. How would there be one end that's dark and one end that's light? I don't think it's, specifically a thing that is going to be, in the show, but a metaphor. What could that metaphor mean? I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe. We'll see. Let's get into it. If you want to see the full length of this, it is the penultimate episode after all. You can get it on the Patreon for $4 a month. Go check it out. If you want to get early access and stuff, there's that too, but if you want to get the full length, $4. That's all it is. We're starting with her flashback. God damn. Taking out guys like twice her size. And this ain't like a just sparring thing either.
Say you found her again?
Yeah.
Box of Cracker Jacks.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Still needs refining. Left hand up, child.
God, they really do such a great job of making Stick feel like a piece of shit without overdo, they don't make him seem like he's evil. He's just a piece of shit. This is some really good choreography too. Like, God, this little girl.
You were saying. She's killing him. No shit. Ellie. Ellie.
It's in her nature.
Slow it down. Show me what you can really do.
Against him. And now he cut back. Yep.
The best you can do?
I haven't seen my best.
Well, what are you waiting for? Christmas?
This fight is gonna be so sarcastic. There's so many one-liners back and forth. Yeah, Stick's actually seeming a bit old. Like, he's good, but he's not Ellie level.
You got that right.
Oh, he's holding something back.
It's a long story.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that blade is... I can't believe it didn't just go right through her hand. That shit was sharp as hell. Oh, my God. I can't believe she got that. Woo.
Now, what do you think you're...
Okay. Okay, he's just like, bam, there.
Get out or get her.
That's not happening, Stick.
I didn't think he was gonna be able to get there in time. That's why I assumed one of them was gonna have to die here.
Put up or shut up.
No, put it down.
Oh, what the hell? Who is that? Oh, just fucking ninjas. Oh my God. Okay, the hand is here too. Jesus. Jesus. This is like a fucking four-way fight now. Oh, Ellie. Now what?
They're gone.
It's really... Oh, okay, they just pieced out.
Yeah, they took Stick.
Okay.
I need to know why the hand took him. And more importantly, what they're planning next.
Okay.
I'm done fighting his war.
Well,
Alright, fine. But I'm gonna go alone.
don't act like we're doing this to save Stick,
Everyone out
then.
of your life. And now you want to put the little you have left on protecting that broken old man?
That broken old man. He gave me a life when I had nothing, when I was alone.
Sure, but man, you
He was
gotta...
the one that was there for me.
You can't leverage the one good thing he's done for you against all the bad he's done for you.
Needed him the most. Because that's what he does.
I don't care what Stick did. I'm gonna save him.
Okay, it's a race.
My way, Matthew. I'm gonna kill you too.
Shit. I believe her. I fully believe her. Oh, okay. I mean, I think Stick deserves to die. I don't think he's going to, and I don't want him to from a meta perspective. Like, morally I do, but I want to stick around because he's so entertaining.
So-called police protection I gave you? They're crossing guards in Yonkers now. Thank Christ you managed to get away. Not many people can say that about the Punisher.
Yeah, and now you just caused 2 cops to essentially lose their jobs. I was like, there's gotta be consequences for what happened. Yeah, I think Brett, like, thinks there's a little bit something going on with Karen. Like, she's not as... Yeah, the whole situation was just a little bit off with how she was acting.
Castle Case was in many ways a disaster, but made me realize I'm really good at my job.
Yeah! Foggy! Self-improvement! Woo!
It was you. You're there for every client who comes through the door. Rich, poor. Doesn't matter.
This feels good.
You're the heart of this place.
Glad he's acknowledging it too. It's good that they're leaving on good terms.
You gonna try to convince me it's worth another shot?
No.
Good though. That's good. Stick to the guns. What you said is what you said.
There's this group that I've been
And then this is good because if they're not working
They,
together
moved through the city
and they're not
disappeared from magic.
friends.
The last place I had a fix on them was 49th and 10th. And then they were gone. I thought maybe they might be using the subway tunnels.
Only if they're idiots. Forget magic. Look for manhole covers.
Okay.
Thank you, Foggy. That's really good work. Thank you.
That's what I do.
Good work. So confident now. I love it.
Did you want me to convince you?
Was hoping you would. Relieved when you didn't. Last step was us both admitting it.
Yeah.
Now, we're done.
This is happy though. It's bittersweet, but it is happy. God, the light from above. What a shot. Oh, these ninja fights are so cool. I was getting a little bit, meh with him just beating up 50 dudes, but the ninja fights are so well choreographed. Oh, is he gonna pick it up? Oh, I see. Because he's dropping the blade now, he doesn't know where he is, and they're gonna realize that. Big problem. Because if they learn that he's blind, that's a huge advantage for them. But now he can follow blood. Ha! So it wasn't actually a good idea. You punched him and now he can follow you. But yeah, if they learn that, if that guy gets to the rest.
Teenagers.
Still never see this guy
Haven't
again.
been home on a Friday night in years.
Is this guy the blacksmith?
Glad you're writing this article about Frank. Real Frank.
Well, that's the goal. Show people that Mr. Castle wasn't just the Punisher.
Although, how is it a lawyer is writing for a newspaper?
It's gotta be the blacksmith! I thought that theory was insane. If you see the discussion last episode, but...
Probably never saw him do impressions either.
Impressions
Yes.
of, like, famous people.
Well, I only ever saw him do me, but he had a knack for it, really. A sixth sense about tics and subconscious behaviors and the way a brain works. It was spot on, really. Unnerving the way he could look into a person's soul.
So scared. Nothing could happen here at all. This could be totally innocent, but... Is that... Yeah. Hey, Frank. Oh my god, I can't believe...
After war, some men turn their backs on you.
Holy shit.
They want to forget. Not Gosnell. Now, once he got out, he tracked me down. Asked me how he could serve me again.
Please. Just think I should go.
I'll walk you out.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Christ, I cannot believe this. Holy shit. I thought that theory was crazy, but... No. Oh, yeah. They know now. They know. Keep your back to the wall, Matt. Keep your back to the wall.
You're doing it wrong, kid. Time to go deeper. Track their breath. Sooner or later, they gotta exhale. When they do, kick their ass.
Oh. That's so cool. I don't know if breath is, harder to hear than a heartbeat, but, sure.
Nice work, kid.
This kind of... No, don't do this to me again.
Keep your hands on the wheel.
Frank.
Drive.
It's Frank. Oh my god. Frank! Better hope she's okay. Fuck. No. Stop. I don't want to see that. Stop! God, I can't look at it. I cannot look at it. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I cannot stop!
Anything gonna crack tonight.
Skulls.
Asshole.
Oh my god, he's biting his neck. Where's the ear?
Proud of you.
Stick. And now Matt. He knows how to manipulate Matt. This is that same
sorry
guy.
about before.
Yeah.
I should have stopped, but
Oh. Now, just gotta kill him this time.
You know what it is, what it can do.
So is she a Black Sky? So he's gonna kill
I'll
that
take
guy.
care of her.
Mm-hmm.
You were taken from us, but now you have returned.
what the hell are you talking about?
It's you, Electra. You are the Black Sky. Our greatest
Just her.
living weapon.
So were they just looking for a Black Sky? Like, you know, they didn't know who Electra was, so they just kept getting a bunch of kids and trying? This is the season of working with the people who accept you. Even if it is for the villains too. And he got him with a stick. Okay, so she's actually damn.
If you kill him, you will never know.
I'm saying don't kill him right now. Kill him after we get the information, sure.
They call you the Punisher. Prove it.
Prove you don't need me anymore. One shot. One kill. You taught me that.
You stupid son.
Okay. We didn't get any information out of it though. Damn. But no torture, just one shot, one kill. Bam. Kind of would have liked to see him be tortured though. kind of would have liked to seen that.
He knew that killing me would have been your point of no return. So he stopped.
Hasn't she already gotten to the point of no return?
You're worth saving. Earn that.
I don't know if she can be saved. She's a serial killer. She's gotta go to jail. It's not like she's just killing bad people. She just kills people. Yep. And now, this could be like his base, essentially. This shed. Oh, yeah. What's he thinking he's gonna do with all this? Trigger finger.
You cannot stop what we started. Watch me.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting seeing Nobu fight, like, unarmed. He's not doing too well. That was cheap. Is he gonna get back up? Good, good. I thought that was it for the episode. I mean, yeah, come on.
Daredevil must die.
Okay. That's a kind of weird way to end it there. Let's just falling off the ledge and being unconscious for like 5 seconds and getting back up. But, aside from that, really good episodes. Okay, now we got 1 episode left. I'll see you guys for the discussion. Okay, so, we tried a different way this time in terms of how we're doing the discussion. I always watch the episode, then I take like a day to go back through and watch it again, and not like fully watch it, but just go back through it and be taking notes and stuff like that of what I wanted to talk about specifically. And then you were going to hold off on ending the episode until right before we're about to do the discussion. You had just finished it 5 seconds ago, right before we started recording. So, I think the best way to do this is just, what's your immediate thoughts about the episode?
Immediate thoughts, like, the big one, I think, has been Elektra as the Black Sky, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
big reveal. Big reveal.
I mean, it recontextualizes the entire series. Because up to this point, like, one of the big things has been, like, what are the Black Skies?
I don't know if it recontextualized the entire series. Like, certainly the thing that was going on with Stick in season 1.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say it recontextualizes the whole series.
Okay.
Recontextualizes a lot of season 2. But season 1 was pretty... There's only a couple things that were going on with Yamanote in season 1. Very little. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is a big game changer in a lot of ways. I honestly... Because just in terms of things that like recontextualize the whole series, I honestly think the just learning about Elektra in general, like the first episode learning about her relation to Stick and Stick using her to get Matt and everything like that. Okay. I think that was a much bigger recontextualizing the whole series.
Sure.
Because then it recontextualized the whole Stick meeting the first time to being this is not like just him showing up out of the blue. He's been trying to get Matt for a long time.
Right.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So, what other immediate thoughts about the episode?
Like, I'm really happy that the series seems to be committing to the predictions we've had thus far about, like, Foggy and Matt, like, actually separating, about Karen actually, like, staying with the paper.
Yeah.
Like, it would be very, very weird if the final episode was, joke's on us, we're all coming back together, Nelson Murdoch back at large.
It'd be a really weird, thing to resolve on. Yeah. I think we are gonna get, like, instead of the final shot of season 1 was them all coming together, the firm's back together, we're all happy. It wasn't like the final shot, it was the final shot. The final shot was Kingpin, right? I think that was the final shot. It was him in his cell. But either way, like, the final scene was that. I think the final scene of season 2 will be every character individually doing something.
Okay.
Similar to what we just had in the end of episode 10, where we were just cutting around to every single character to just show where they were in time. Okay. And I assume, that's because I know about the chronologically thing between whatever's going on with Luke Cage and Daredevil. I assume that's why they did it for season 10 episode 10, because I know there's a break in episode 10 to where stuff happens in Luke Cage before episode 11, 12. Either way, I'll talk about that more in Luke Cage. I actually am probably going to be talking more in Luke Cage about, like, okay, so this happened around this time.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I think that's a fair way to do it.
Yeah. And see if they're, what the connections are and all that. But yeah, so Luke Cage, we'll talk about that stuff.
Yeah, like, a lot of what I was considering this season was, like, okay, if the kids are the Black Skies, then they don't seem that rare. Now that we know that Electro is a Black Sky, like, it immediately states, first of all, that's why she's so important, that's why she has the killing ability, but also, she's not unique. Like, there are other Black Skies.
Well, no, see, yeah, that's the thing I was going to bring up. I didn't know how to interpret that.
Yeah.
As if, I took it as these kids are, like, they're just searching for whoever a Black Sky is. But see, why would they be taking boys then? If they were just looking for Elektra, like, they didn't know exactly who she was, so they were just, like, taking kids or whatever. But why would they still think she's a kid? So, but they did call the kid a Black Sky. So,
and like,
right. What I guess I'm getting confused on is that these kids, the kids that we have now that are being blood transfused, completely irrelevant from the Black Sky in season 1, episode 7. I think that's the thing that's been, like, holding me up, is I keep thinking that kid and these kids are similar in any way, but that was the reveal this episode, I guess, is that no. I took it the wrong way, but no. So there are other Black Skies. She isn't the only Black Sky. Okay, like, I'm having to, like, realize some things now.
So, like, they've been going after Elektra, but at the same time, they haven't just been focusing on her. They've been trying to get others. And from, presumably, the dawn of when the Hand existed to now, they have never awakened a Black Sky.
Yeah.
So, it's a big deal, and it's something that that Stick and crew have been able to stop always.
Yeah, and what is the Black Sky?
Yeah.
Like, they... It seems to be they know when it happens, because they were trying to get both when they were kids.
Yeah.
So, ostensibly, they know when a Black Sky is born, maybe.
Yeah.
And now, so... man, I don't know how we're going... So Stick killing Elektra, like, the whole thing about that was just, I assume, so they couldn't get their hands on her.
Yeah.
And that's why still he's like, yeah, I still want to kill you. But it is interesting how, like, Stick is fascinating with his emotions.
Yeah.
Like, with everything that's going on Elektra, but he will absolutely, like, he cares more about, like, that's the thing that I was curious about back in season 1, was like, I hope they don't try and do something where it's like, oh no, but Stick actually does care a lot about Matt or whatever like that. I like that it is like this. He cares about them. He does, but it is very, very evidently he cares more about the war than they are. And I was very worried that they were going to, eventually try and soften his character or whatever. And I'm very glad they're not. Yeah. He is a asshole through and through, but he is doing what's done. That's what I love about him. I'm glad that he's not hypocritical. He is making sure that this war does not happen.
Right.
Now the only time he's like solvent is just not killing Elektra right here, right now.
Yeah.
But he also was not killing Elektra when he believed that he could protect her and stop them from, getting her. When they had the whole fight and she didn't want to have anything to do with him anymore, which meant not having his protection anymore. He knew what that would mean, and so he went to go kill her after that.
Right.
But, so now, thinking that with the way they are now, that she is the way she is now, he does still kind of want to kill her, because he's been beaten. He's not in a state to fight right now, I assume. It's probably also part of the reason why that. He doesn't have control of Matt. Matt kind of has control of him right now, in a way. So yeah, all this tying together. It's not that he's softening on this. It's just that he's back to the point of being able to believe that the Yamanote wouldn't be able to get their hand on her right now. So yeah, I love how... What is the opposite of altruistic? What is the word I'm looking for? Like, just doing it no matter what.
Right.
I can't remember a word that succinctly means that better soundingly. But yeah, he's gonna do what needs to be done no matter fucking what.
And because of that, it's interesting that even now, like, she knows what she is, the Hand knows her by sight, they've already communicated. Like, despite all of that, he's still willing to let Elektra live. And I do firmly believe, like, because of the skill we've seen from him, when he was, like, dying on Elektra's shoulder at the end of this episode, I do firmly believe he could have still killed her if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So, like, even despite the absolute danger of having trained the Black Sky and her maybe, like, being taken by the Hand, being brainwashed even, like, he still believes that she's it's better to keep her alive than not.
Do you think training her, like, training the Black Sky would be any different?
I think so, because Nobu has that line about how, like, it's so difficult to train kids.
Yeah.
Which I took to mean, like, oh, it's great that you trained her for us.
I thought I took it more as like a I took it like Kilgray's line Jessica Jones of bitches, right? But just replace it with kids, right? I took it as a like man, isn't it so annoying that you raise these kids and now they're trying to kill you?
Right.
It's the Ultron line. You raise babies and the baby kills you.
Ultron's never been more right.
He's never. I legitimately in this episode when Nobu said a line, the first thought on my mind was, "God damn it, Ultron was right." I didn't want to say the reaction.
So, the fact that Stick killed that Black Sky means that killing a Black Sky is getting rid of them, or making them useless to the Hands.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, they could have just picked up the kid and put him in the pots.
Yeah, and as I had always said back in season 1, like, Stick could have been completely lying to Matt about killing that kid.
Right.
But I think this definitely confirms that, like, yeah, he definitely killed the kid. But there was always that, like, there could be a twist where he's like, no, I took the Black Sky and I was using it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, definitely, what I'm trying to say. Explained now. Confirmed now.
I think it's a cool mechanic because it does mean that now, like, Matt has an incentive at some point to kill Elektra in the sense of, like, well, he'll have to make the choice. Like, do I keep her alive? Or in the situation where there are tons of ninjas, they're going to take her, do I kill her so they don't have a Black Sky?
I don't see. My main thing of why I don't think he would is because nobody is fucking explaining what that means to him.
Right.
So it's like, I wouldn't care if he just let the Yamanuchi have her, because I don't know what it means yet either.
True.
So it's like, it's going to be hard for me to like, yeah, Matt, kill... Well, I mean, like, to be fair, I'm not saying kill Elektra. I do think she needs to go to jail or be punished in some way.
Sure.
I'm not saying kill Elektra. But I'm not saying Elektra's fine either. I'm not fine with her just going around her business, alright?
Sure.
She needs to get some sort of comeuppance for going around killing people because she likes to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be one thing if it's like, I can defend Frank a lot because he kills bad people,
sure, right?
But that's not... Elektra kills bad people, but she also kills other innocent people just cuz.
Right. It's that pure instinct to kill, which... because she is the Black Sky, that seems like that's part of it, for sure. And that does make her a lot more different than Frank. Yeah. Like, up until, like, even in this episode, there's still the possibility that Frank will, just say, okay, I finished everyone, and that's it, I'm done. Murder. No more murder. Whereas Elektra doesn't seem like, it depends on how the Black Sky works. If it is in her blood that she has to kill, or she'll always have that instinct, that's a lot harder to really tone down. But it is possible. Just really hard.
Yeah, and I mean, at what point, if they take the Black Sky out of her, like, if that was even possible.
Sure.
Probably not, but let's imagine there was a world where you could take the Black Sky, whatever that means, out of her. At that point, nature versus nurture, it's all the same. She has lived that way her whole life, even if you could take out the thing that causes it.
Right.
It's just who she is now.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that people can't change, but she has tried to change a few times now. And it hasn't really worked. she doesn't seem to even want to. Like, she wants to, but then as soon as she's given a choice, she just dives right into the, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, if she is rehabilitated, she might need a situation where she doesn't get the choice.
I mean, maybe it's like you can't let...
like...
Isn't that kind of what we've been doing of the, Matt, you're not allowed to let me kill. It's your killing if I'm going around killing that. You have to stop me. You can't put me in jail. You just have to let me live my life, and you just stop me anytime I kill somebody.
I mean, we might need to just tie her up.
Oh, we can't just tie her up for her whole life. That's jail. Put her in jail. Why would you just tie her up?
No, just make her slow.
What does that mean?
Like, this is going to be a weird comparison, but I think similarly to how Elektra just kind of needs to not be allowed to kill. Like, I do think that if, like, back all the way with, like, in the office scene, where Matt is talking to, Foggy.
Yes.
If Matt had said anything along the lines of, you know, maybe we could be together, I do think Foggy might have broken. Like, as he said, he needed to hear, you know, that it's over from Matt before he was able to, like, fully commit to it. And he was happy. Like, he genuinely did think, yeah, it's you know, it is the best decision for us to break up. But if you had said anything, I would have relapsed.
Absolutely.
I think it's I don't know quite how to link them, but there's a similar
there's
energy
a thing,
to it. Yeah.
But she broke before like Matt said anything to her, or anything,
right?
You know, so there's very similarity there, but I think it's also a much different case for Elektra.
Yeah,
I would like to see her reform and change and be a good person, but there still needs to be consequences to actions.
Sure.
Like, Frank has gotten, at least physically, he has gotten plenty of consequences for his actions.
Sure.
You know, in terms of, like, legally, you know, being put in prison, whatever, blah, blah. But he has physically been beaten to hell. He's been shot in the head. He's lost his whole family. I mean, well, that all happened before. But still.
And I mean...
But still, since then, he has been, you know, beaten to shit 500 times. He's been tortured and stuff. Not because of those things, but even if it's not because of those things, he has been physically, you know, Elektra's been, like, what? Hit by a stick like once? She didn't even get hurt that much. So, you know, there needs to be something that feels like, you know, we can be on, or even if she, you know, even if it's like the Kilgrave thing of like, you know, if she just starts doing good stuff, like saving people and stuff like that, then I think that can make up for it.
Okay.
But if she just goes like, okay, no more killing, you can't just stop. You know, you gotta make up for it at least.
Sure.
You either take the consequences or make up for it. I'll take either one, but you can't do it. You can't have none. You can't have nothing.
I mean, I do think the existence of the hand is a really good way to have her not reform per se, but to channel her energies for something more suitable. Because the hand are immortal. So there's no consequence. There's no consequence. There's no consequence to her killing them.
I mean, what do you think? We're just gonna like put 5 ninjas in her basement and just lock them down there so she can kill them whenever she wants? But there's a whole process she gotta go through to reviving them. You know how much it's gonna cost?
I mean, I'm not saying revive the hand. I'm saying the hand aren't gonna stop. So until they're done, just keep on sending Elektra after them. Like, that could be the thing she does.
But Matt doesn't want her to kill them either.
I mean, Matt, your girlfriend kills. That's her thing. She kills.
She's not his girlfriend.
Basically.
No.
I mean,
where do we go from there?
Much like Frank, I think she needs an eternal war. That seems to be the environment in which she can thrive.
Yeah, which is not good. That's not good. There's not going to be the Yamanote around forever.
They will, or they're going to try.
What? They're not. We're going to stop them. We're stopping them.
If we stop the Yamanote, then you know what? Good. But I mean, you know what?
Do you not think we're going to?
When we first started talking about Stick in season 2, like not in season 1, but when we started to get the whole like, oh, he's fighting a war, he's kind of crazy almost. I was on Matt's side in that whole conversation. Now I'm on Stick's side. I agree, this is a big eternal war. We need soldiers that fight forever.
No, absolutely not.
I'm on Stick's side.
I am on nobody's side. I am on my own side of, let's just go in and kick their ass. I'm on Frank's side. If he's going to take those fucking guns, somehow, he doesn't know anything about the Yamanote, but he's just going to be walking down the road with a backpack full of guns, and a ninja's going to he's going to see a ninja, pull out a gun, shoot the ninja, 500 ninjas going to come, and Frank's going to kill all the Yamanote. That's what's going to happen. I know, but seriously, I don't know how he's going to get involved, but Frank is absolutely going to stumble his way like a Mr. Magoo that's not blind into the Yamanote place with a Gatling gun.
I fully believe it as well. Like, we've had so much war imagery in this season, and it's felt kind of split, like, Styx War, and then Frank, fighting the war, turning New York into a war zone. But it does make a lot of sense for them to go together at some point.
Don't worry, Matt. You don't have to kill him. I'll kill all the Yamanote with one machine gun. Well, no, with 500 machine guns. That scene at the end there with the guns.
Yeah.
What else could it possibly... Frank's not just gonna go around murdering a bunch of criminals on the street with a Gatling gun. Mm-hmm. The only way that Gatling gun is going to be used is if it's against immortal Yamanote ninjas.
Yeah.
Or a big old behemoth. If Godzilla comes out of Hell's Kitchen and Frank shoots it with a Gatling gun, I don't think that's how the season is going to end. But...
I mean,
I cannot imagine what he's going to use his Gatling gun on. I can't even picture it in my head using it on ninjas. But they focused on it so much, we're going to use this Gatling gun.
Yeah, remember the Gatling gun. I mean, it's fully possible that Hannah are going to summon a dragon or something, and then she's got to shoot the dragon.
I keep going for Godzilla, but dragon I actually can picture. Yeah. I can picture a dragon coming out of Hell's Kitchen and well, no, I can't, because they would have to say in some of the movies, yes, a dragon did come out of Hell's Kitchen. They would have to. You can't get away with any other Netflix series that also takes place in Hell's Kitchen without saying, yes, the dragon did fly in Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, maybe we're going to get the next Avengers movie, and then Cap says, did you hear about that big crocodile they fought in Hell's Kitchen? Man, they still think crocodiles live in the sewers. Those dummies.
Absolutely not. It's gotta...
also, if it's gonna happen in a series, it's gotta happen in Daredevil or, not in Punisher. I was thinking about the possibility of maybe we're gonna wait all this time and then in the Punisher series, he shoots a dragon.
No!
But doesn't quite work.
There's no ways. There's no... that's why I said a demon. Demon is, the closest thing I can think of. Demon they can get away with.
Honestly, Demon also fits the aesthetic of the of the TV shows more.
Yeah.
It's big, it's humanoid. A dragon would be very difficult to do.
Yeah, and it's too public.
Yeah.
A demon, even if it's in public, people would just be like, yeah, it was a guy with powers.
Right.
Or it was, I don't know what it was. It was some big human dude.
Right. It's they've seen the Hulk.
Yeah.
There's reference points.
You don't necessarily have to I know what a dragon looks like, and that's a dragon. So it's a demon. I think is the most likely.
Honestly, yes.
I am thinking Japanese demon, Oni.
Right.
But that is pretty. If you saw a Japanese demon on the street, you would go, "That's a fucking demon." I ain't stupid. That's a demon. That ain't a human. But who knows? They could just fight all indoors and everything.
Boy, but that stash too.
And also, I keep thinking demon because Hell's Kitchen. It fits.
What fights a devil but not of another devil?
I mean, I Akuma-sans.
Oh no!
We had to say something.
That also, I would have to look at the bulletproof vest again, but it looks vaguely like you could start to paint a skull on it.
What do you mean, you could start to paint a skull on it?
The lower torso area is it does seem to have two things for eyes and then maybe the top of a skull. So I could see it being he paints that on and then he has a belt or the pants and those complete the skull.
It makes everybody want to shoot him right in the head, right in the bulletproof vest.
The only thing is, I think we're missing the part where Frank looks at his X-ray and then goes, "Okay, this is why I'm gonna put it on my shirts."
Yeah, I do like that.
We're not there yet.
I never thought that we would get as I said when they first said the name The Punisher in this show, and I was like, okay, is are we ever gonna get the Punisher logo? That either has to be a first time you see him, he's wearing it. Or how would they do that?
Right.
Why would it be his thing? And so immediately getting, but then now through this, it is definitely a symbol of why he is the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fits. Okay. Let me move on to some of my notes.
Sure.
What do I have? Yeah, I was, you know, I would have liked to seen, Stick and, Elektra actually go toe, like, I was
Oh yeah.
so hyped for that fight because I thought it was going to be a fight to the death. That's why we were saying, like, one of them's gotta die, and I feel like, you know, one of them had to have died if Matt didn't show up. Well, and of course the ninja didn't show up.
Yeah.
But, like, if they, like, it was what we were imagining, which is both them fighting, one of them would have absolutely died there. And, I don't know. So, now that it's a meta perspective out of it, who do you think would win in a fight between Stick and Elektra?
Stick, no doubt about it.
You do? I think he's too old now. I don't think I think he was, in that fight, he was not doing well.
Like, clearly, now I have context for why he was so, like, shaky at the end of last episode, that, you know, clearly, he's not in his prime.
Yeah.
But I think he still got it. And whereas Elektra, like, she does have a sort of fighting machine aesthetic to her. Like, she doesn't fight in a very martial artsy way. And I do think that is intentional, and we know that she's the Black Hands. Or, the Black Sky.
Yeah, the Black Hand. Also, I said way back in a couple reactions ago, when Matt first went to the place with all the kids and the crates and all that, I was like, you know, why has Stick not done this yet? Like, clearly there's something else here. And, like, I thought that, like, you know, that was Nobu. You know, they have, like, a super high-level guard for this place.
Okay.
So Stick wouldn't want to, you know, go in there and have to face a mini-boss. But the Nobu thing could have been very recent. Like, you know, that day Nobu was awakened or something. Who knows? Right. I think the more reason is just that, like, you know, Stick can just snipe an arrow, you know, basically snipe an arrow at a Black Sky, or, you know, take out some ninjas while they're in the car, just like, you know, get in with a crossbow. Or just he'll wait at the place for Matt and Elektra to beat up all the guys and then come save their ass when they're about to get killed.
Right.
He can't fight 50 guys.
Yeah.
He's not Matt. You know, he's good. He's a great teacher, but he's great at sprinting. Matt's great at running.
Right. It's like he doesn't have the endurance.
Yeah. He's good at, you know, quick actions. He can kill. He's unexpected. He can probably also hide his presence and do all that sort of stuff. But he cannot do what he needed Matt to do to fight in his war. Yeah. Now I understand why he needs Matt. So long I've been just saying, leave Madeline. Why can't you fight your own war? Right. You have your own soldiers. Why can't... And it's like, throughout last episode and this episode, we see why his soldiers are chump-ass bitches who are extremely loyal. Like, yeah, I'll give them that. They're extremely loyal. They made sure they got the mission done. Right. But they ain't shit when it comes to a fight. Well, they are to a normal person, but, you know, for what he needs for a war, they ain't shit. Right. And Elektra is number 2. I was very excited to see the rest of the 6 guys, because I'm like, ooh, who else does he have? Oh, no. There's a reason he went after Matt. There's a reason he went after him. He was, like, the best one he could possibly get, and he needed him, which is why he keeps trying.
Plus, like, Matt is the only person he could ever teach the sense stuff to.
Yeah.
And even now, like, I thought at this point Matt was, like, above the Stick. Like, I figured, you know, maybe Stick pushed all of his senses to the limits of what a normal person could be, but then Matt's above that even. Yeah. But even now, like, Matt didn't catch on to the breathing thing until now.
Yeah, it is, like, and that, I don't know how I feel about, because I feel like breath is definitely a lot louder than a heartbeat, but, I think it's supposed to be a thing of, they hold their breath, and then at some point they have to, like, do a quick exhale, inhale thing, and that's what he's listening for. But the sound direction of the episode made it sound like they were breathing the whole time.
Right.
I think that was what was weird about it. The concept, I get. I think the execution of it, sound-wise, was not very well done. It was more to just, you know, for normal people to be able to understand what's happening.
Plus, I do think there's a psychological components to it for Matt, that he can't hear the heartbeats, he can't, like, hear the bones creaking and all that stuff that he usually hears. Yeah. He can't even sense, like, the heat coming off of them, like, all the normal stuff. So at that point, like, he may not even have the idea to check for their breath.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, especially if he can't, like, if he does listen for their breath for a little bit and he just doesn't hear it, it's like, he might just give up on that.
Yeah. I wonder how that does work with all of their bodily functions and everything. But, you know, I mean, it's you go with it. But, like, I wonder how that does work with the fact that their breathing can be hard when they do that occasionally.
Right.
But everything else, no. Also, great comment I did not even notice before when Matt went to go. I mean, I didn't interpret it that way. When Matt went to go talk with Kingpin, and I was like, okay, well, he knows he did it because he can read his heartbeat. But his heartbeat was steady the whole time. He can't tell if Fisk is lying. And that was probably to set us up for this too. Like, his heartbeat reading is infallible. Or I mean, sorry, it's not infallible.
Right.
It is fallible. We did get confirmation in this episode that Stick is the Chase.
Oh, yes.
Ha!
You got me.
So, was the black guy that was with Stick in the flashback the asshole that he was talking about from the previous episode?
Wait, in what context?
I don't have the exact quote, but it was something like, I'll just get up the exact quote. Hold on. A guy once told me there's a power in surrender and choosing when your time's up. I chose now that asshole is dead.
Okay.
I don't know how that would relate to him just yet, but, we got that quote, and then we get a flashback, and Stick kills a guy.
Yeah.
Who's disagreeing with him. So, I think that is the asshole who's dead, but I'm not sure what that means with that exact quote.
Yeah, like, Black Guy did seem important in, the hierarchy of what Stick's doing, so...
Maybe he was saying in terms of maybe we should just, surrender. By surrender, he means surrender ourselves to the choice of just killing her, or to the act of just killing her, instead of trying to protect her.
I could see that.
It's a roundabout way of getting to it, but I could see what he could mean there. Surrendering himself to the, to the act of doing it.
Yeah.
I could see something like that. Do you have another interpretation of what it could mean?
I could see it in a, it doesn't really fit with him killing him in the past. But I could see that quote in general representing, Stick having to eventually, surrender to Matt, taking over the war. Or, his desire to have Elektra carry on for him. Or even just training Elektra.
I chose and now that asshole's dead?
Yeah, he chooses Elektra instead of him. He chooses Elektra instead of the black guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant instead of Matt. I was like, okay. Okay. Sure. I don't know what that mean by there's a power in surrender.
In the sense that, easy choice is Stick immediately kills Elektra and then continues to fight himself, continues to try and find someone else. But in that moment, he decided instead of, this is more dangerous, but I'm going to keep her alive and I'm going to train her for us. Because I can't do this, forever. Whereas she can, at the very least, fight in my place. She can continue to fight the good fights. I'm willing to, have the Black Sky here next to me and then just kill her now.
Okay.
I could see something. It's a little shaky.
It is. Mine's shaky too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think they're both kind of shaky, and we'll get further clarification on it later. But, yeah. Yeah, we already talked about Foggy and Matt's very healthy talk. I just wanted very healthy to bring this out. They've had a lot of screaming back and forth, which is good to get it out. Holding it in is not good. Getting into an argument is healthy plenty of times. But this was very more healthy than, things like that.
And it was very cathartic to have them have a conversation where no one was really lying. Matt didn't go full hog with, this is the hand, this is what they do. Because it wasn't that necessary. But Foggy told Matt everything that was going on with him, and Matt asked, enough. He shared the problem he had right there, and then Foggy helped him with it.
Yeah, and that's what I hope we can get more of in the future.
Yeah.
Them helping each other out in little ways like that, rather than, getting each other involved in big shit.
Right, it's...
Also, by the way, I've been calling Ellison Elliot this entire time. I think since season 1 even. I don't even know how long I've been doing it. But, oops.
I didn't notice either.
Oopsie. Nobody said anything, so I don't know. Do you think Brett is on to Karen being connected to Frank Castle in a certain way? There were so many times where people brought up the nobody gets in Frank Castle's crosshairs and lives.
Right. I think he's suspicious, and I think if anyone else asks him about, if Matt asks, I'm sure he'll divulge information.
You mean Daredevil, or? Matt?
Honestly, either of them. Like,
Okay.
Matt in the sense of, I'm looking for Karen, do you know what's going on?
Okay.
And Daredevil in the sense of, like, you're tracking down the Punisher, well, I may have a lead.
Okay.
Like, I think he's intelligent enough to recognize the pattern, to be suspicious, but I don't think he'll do anything by himself. He seems like the kind of guy who would, just... It feels like he's going to share a lot of information, and that he's smart enough to pick up on all that information.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do anything bad with it. But I do think he's definitely on to her.
Yeah,
for sure. And yeah, I'm glad they made Frank being alive only really a surprise to characters in universe.
Mhm.
Like they didn't really try and make us believe that he was dead.
Right.
They knew the audience. Like, yeah, the audience is of course not gonna know he's dead.
Mhm.
But it is very important that that everybody thinks he's dead right now. Actually, it's very important that only a certain number of people know he's dead right now.
Mhm.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
More specifically. So, we finally got the blacksmith. You were right.
I mean, I had two theories. One of them was extremely wrong.
Sure, but your first theory was way more correct.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it is the Colonel being the blacksmith.
Right.
It was all the soldiers from his
Yeah.
old... what do you call that?
Regiments?
Regiment, sure.
Sure.
Working for him,
Mhm.
which definitely seems like there was some illegal shit going on there, which also explains why they would, after the war, come and be like, what can I do for you? And I'm fine with it being illegal.
Yeah, they name dropped Kandahar, so that's gotta come back up again. Like the country. It was specifically something Frank did in Kandahar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, it's specific enough that I feel like it's gonna come up again, even though he's dead. Like, the blacksmith is dead.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gonna come back up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it could... Like, I think that... Do you think they did just something fucked up? Or do you think they were doing illegal stuff and Frank did something fucked up? Do you think they were all doing illegal stuff? What is the...
Like...
Because with what Frank did in whatever
Sure.
whatever the place was, I'm not going to say it again.
Sure.
That feels more like he did something he shouldn't have.
Right.
Whereas it just seems in general like the colonel and all the soldiers were doing regularly illegal shit.
Right.
Something that would be more organized.
Like, opium poppies do grow in the Middle East, so it could be like, that's where they started that, and then he continued doing it after the war. But the main problem there is, if there was, like, a really clear connection that Frank would have known about, why wouldn't he immediately go after, the blacksmith? Like, his superior.
Right.
Like, that would have... He's a smart guy. He would have immediately sniffed that out and at least, like, taken a look at
Good point.
Clearly he didn't. So, like...
And that also means that the blacksmith has plenty of people that weren't from his regiment as well. Because all the other people went after him. He definitely would recognize them first.
Yeah, I think that like, the boat was a situation where, like, as he said, there was $100 million worth of heroin on that boat.
Yeah.
So it was probably make sure that boat doesn't explode, and also make sure Frank is dead. I know you guys can do it.
And well, even then, I think he was willing for that, all that money to go
as he
away.
said.
Yeah, if he needed to. It's probably like a try not to blow up the boat.
Yeah, but first and
Well,
foremost...
I don't think he would say try not to blow up the boat. That's a